I'm Mark Greenstein, candidate for governor. I wanted to comment about the current comment criticizing Senator John Fonfara. He proposed that UConn spend money on re-engineering itself towards more of a technical school. And Fonfara is right. People need to recognize that we pay for UConn. Tuition doesn't come close to covering it. And so it is proper for the state's General Assembly and UConn's Board of Trustees to be thinking about not just the students, but the state as well. The state will prosper far more with a majority of its student body steeped in practical majors, steeped in computer science, steeped in engineering, mathematics, chemical engineering. It can still have liberal arts. Those could be majors, those could be minors that even engineers will take for fun, for knowledge. But it makes sense to keep up with, yes, the 21st century. Look at reality. The colleges that have held themselves to liberal arts only are hurting. Some of them are closing. Look at the Wall Street Journal article about a once well-renowned small college in Charleston. It can't keep up with student enrollments, and it can't raise tuition so stratospherically high to make up for the difference. Little colleges, Bennington, Reed, these colleges, they're private. So if they want to keep to this quaint little liberal arts enclave, they have the right to. But the state of Connecticut, funded by us, doesn't have a full right to let its university, its flagship, dwindle to non-relevance. And that's what will happen. How do I know? I know because of what students choose. Year after year, they're moving towards pragmatics. Business, once small number of undergrads taking it, now it's the largest major at UConn. Little liberal arts majors are dwindling. Science and math majors are burgeoning almost every single year. Listen to them and play to them, not the General Assembly members who might be, oh, well, I did liberal arts back in the day, and it's a nice thing to study. Folks, I did as well. I was a liberal arts major. I stayed as far away from science and math because I wasn't especially good at them as I could. You could do that in the 1980s and still get hired into top-tier firms if you wanted it. You could still get accepted to medical school. I didn't want that, but people who were liberal arts majors still had a pipeline. Not anymore. And so it makes sense for the regents, and it makes sense for our General Assembly that's going to be funding them to get with the times. It is totally proper for us to have a say in how UConn's graduates affect Connecticut and not solely how Connecticut might affect some of the UConn graduates. Look, the reason you could still have both is that it doesn't cost much to keep fielding high-level professors in the liberal arts. They're not expensive, whereas sciences are. You need to have materials, you need lab equipment, you need monitoring. You sometimes need to pay outside agencies for specific monitoring that one lab can't do. By contrast, you can pay a little bit more in the liberal arts to have one of the most esteemed Dickensian professors on your faculty. If that's really important, it doesn't cost that much. He can do all of his research by poking around in London for a semester or two. You don't need the high expense, so you can have both. I'd like to skew it towards the pragmatic majors, computer science, criminal justice using computing science could be a huge area. My Cybercrime Institute is dedicated to enlisting UConn, in part because of its already pretty good facilities. We're going to have a pipeline to help agencies within Connecticut and hopefully in other states crash down criminal enterprises. That's an element of funding that UConn will have if it does it right. Finally, regarding funding, it's the sciences that draw grants in high amounts. Liberal arts still draws some, but that's dwindling. Not many people want to fund 14th century French poetry research. But plenty of organizations will fund research with pragmatics for the future, and that comes from science. Please take heed of Fonfara's message. I'm Mark Stewart. Thanks for listening.